Hello everyone, Anita here, and this is day 28 of the 30-day sketchbook challenge. And for today I've decided to do another one of those how I really sketch videos and draw a little scene. Now, in the recent comments and under the videos, I caught this, I really don't remember who wrote that. I just caught this idea of a mushroom houses village. And that really, I like that idea because mushrooms, you know, they're awesome. But that kind of illustration would just take absolutely forever to draw. Anything that implies a mass would take like forever to make. So in this case, a village is a collection of houses. That's just way too much detail to do in a sketchbook. But instead, I've decided to just do a very loose sketch idea. The same kind that I would normally do when I'm preparing to paint a bigger painting. And I usually stop at the pencil sketch. So after I'm done with the pencil sketch, I don't usually do anything else with the sketch. I will take a picture of it, enlarge it to the size I want, because my sketches are never this big to begin with. So I'll enlarge my sketch and then print it out and work off of that. And I will usually work out the details on the watercolor paper through the light box I'm using for transferring pictures. But for your pleasure of viewing, I've decided to color this just to get it a bit more interest. And last time I've done that, a few days ago, I think it was last week, I put too much effort into the detail, I think, and I decided here to do a little bit different approach because sometimes I do color my sketches when it's an important project. For example, when I'm preparing a series of illustrations, it's actually much easier for me to put the color in first very roughly just to see how it would look like. And I sometimes do it for commissions, for bigger projects, so that I can see if the coloring is coherent. And so I've decided here to do just exactly the same, and this is the kind of way I would color it. So because I'm coloring it with Copic markers, in all of my other pictures, I'm kind of thinking of the color theme first, just because I'm limited by the amount of color in the Copic collection I have. So in this case, I had a bit of a problem because this kind of sketch I made with a thought in mind for watercolor. And so I don't really have the colors or the way to build up the color as I would normally do in a painting. So instead, I'm just roughly marking what colors I would like to use. And in this case, I was really concentrating on the bluebell flowers, the bluebells, and the fact that the mushroom itself was not supposed to be red. I didn't want it to be very rich red. Ideally, I would like it to be a different shades of browns and red, like browns, oranges, yellows, something like that. And I was also concentrating on where I wanted to put the shadows, and also very roughly. This picture took me just under an hour to finish, from the sketch to all the coloring. So it's very rough. As you can see, I'm not really putting much attention in how even my coloring is, just blocking the main colors. And here I'm coming back with the fineliner, just because I would normally always put lines on my painting. But I would do that in the watercolor. So I would have the same color to soften the line. In this case, I only had my fineliners in other pens. And that was a car. Sorry guys. I'm recording this in the middle of the day, so there's always a little bit of noise in the background. I'm always trying to edit this out. I'm actually putting a lot of pressure on myself for editing all the background noise out, but you know, just in case something stays that's not supposed to be there, I'm sorry. And in the meantime, here I'm working on the lines. As I've said, I'm using the fineliner just to darken them, put some contrast in it. That's mainly my my idea here, just to put some contrast between the colors. And I'm trying to build up a little bit with the colors I have, just the idea of depth. It does not work out the way I would like it to, but that's primarily because I don't have lighter colors. I have only the darker colors, more saturated colors. But by doing this, I know what I want to do. So it does not necessarily, this is only for you guys. The colors are only for you guys. By doing this kind of coloring, I just kind of plan in my head what I want to do, how I want to do it. I know that usually I start with the blue sky, so that blue sky will kind of bleed into the background a little bit. I mean, in the foreground, especially there on the right side when there's this little piece where I put in some fields. So that's in the distance, that would probably be a little bit bluer. And then I'm really concentrating on the foreground to be very detailed and darker compared to the background, or the middle ground, whatever you call it. And then just thinking about different ideas I could add to this picture to make it more interesting. For example, here I'm making little sheep, and the last very second I've decided to make them red, because I thought not only would the color nicely connect with the mushroom, or that's a kind of orangey color, but also I thought, you know, why not make them cotton candy sheep? I don't know, that was just an idea. But that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this little sketch. Now, this is literally how I would sketch even a colored picture. But yeah, thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!